Today I'm looking at what it takes to be in the mindset of an actor or actress, and there's so much involved. We're on a set here with
Hello.
with the two Jessicas. They'll introduce themselves in a second, but with a young film crew, we've had a couple of very experienced directors, and it's just so interesting how much goes on in the head of an actor. So Jessica, tell us about that. Jessica Brooke.
Hello, I'm Jessica Brooke. And this is...
Hi, I'm Jessica Shawcross.
Excellent.
So a lot goes on in your mind when you're an actor. So not only as soon as it says action, you've got your blocking, you've got your lines, you've got your emotions, and whether it's truthful and where that's coming from. Plus you have to be aware of where the camera is the camera seeing the right emotions in your eyes. So what else?
Jess, do you want to add to that?
Yeah, you've hit the nail on the head. I think it's really important to think about where your character is in the moment. So thinking about what's running through their head, what's happened just before the scene starts, and being in that place physically and emotionally as well, which is really interesting. Then comparing that to that little bit you've got to have kept there of knowing where the camera is and where your lighting is and any blocking to make sure that it fits also within the director's vision as well.
Yeah,
so there's
and
that
also
to think about.
making sure that the number one thing is if you're listening to your co-actor, if you're actually responding and being reactive to them, so you're not in your own little world, because you can't act by yourself, you act with someone else.
Yeah, I feel like there's so much to take in. I mean, there's the emotions behind the script lines. It's not just reading scripts and reading the lines and not feeling it. It's the feeling, then the emotion, and expressing that emotion and being in character, which can sometimes really be out of character for certain actors if they're calm and mellow and gentle and softly spoken.
To your usual personality.
And then they have to scream and experience rage and anger and whatever else.
I think that's the joy of it, is getting to engage with and experience all those emotions that you don't perhaps get in your everyday life. The heightened sense of those relationships.
And the
really
challenge
exciting.
of being someone else. I've always, that's what's so enticing about acting, is being someone in someone else's world, in someone else's mind, deciding for them and embodying that character completely.
So we'll tell you a little bit about what we're doing here. We're on a set for Crimson Mirror, and it's Grimson Mirror, isn't it?
The
Crimson.
The Crimson.
Grimson Mirror.
Twister.
And I'm Edward Andrews in this set, and I'm a husband who's a successful businessman. He comes home and he's got two maids in his home. He drives a Tesla, so it gives you a bit of an idea. He's pretty stylish, and his wife is quite disconnected, living in a completely different world, and that's Catherine.
That's me. So I'm playing Catherine, and I'm very disconnected. My world is all through a mirror. So it's that disconnect between real life and fantasy.
Yeah.
And without giving too much away, Jess is
I am
Alice.
playing Alice, a maid. She's very young, she's very rebellious, she's a very confident woman, and she's madly in love with Edward. And so Catherine's basically the epitome of hatred in her eyes, I would say. So
I'd say it's a game of cat and mouse,
Yeah.
where Edward's trying to get his wife back to reality from the mirror world that she lives in, and
I'm trying to get Edward.
and what are you trying to get, Catherine?
I want grounding with life. I want to connect, but I can't find that connection, that anchor. So yeah.
So stay tuned. I'll be
Yeah.
sharing the link once this is all out. All the best, and if you're an aspiring actor or actress, keep at it.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Ciao.